We're live at the 2025 NFL Scouting Combine. I'm Jeremy Green of ESPN Radio Asheville and NFLDraft.net. He is David Smith of Armchair Commentary and Great North Sports. And we're talking team needs and one free agent that every team needs to sign in the 2025 offseason. We're to the AFC runner-up, the Buffalo Bills. David, this is a team that has virtually no money. They're $10 million over the cap. They're going to have to restructure things just to get under the cap. And they have two high-level free agents in Rasul Douglas and Amari Cooper. What are the biggest team needs for the Buffalo Bills?
The secondary is probably where I'm focusing. Cornerback in particular, it's a weak corner team. Like, they have nothing.
Well, you just can't miss on a guy like Kyrie Elam.
You can't.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm not sure how you missed on him because the tape, he's lost his confidence.
He has.
So, but even with that, some of the technique issues that he's having were really predictable. I thought he was going to be a safety.
And he probably should be, but he's not. Corner is obviously a problem. Buffalo announced today that they signed Khalil Shakir to a 4-year extension.
Yeah, it's a 4-year, $60 million, which is that's
a lot of money. I still think wide receiver is a need, and then they need a linebacker. Von Miller gone.
Von Miller will be gone. Yeah, he's a hand down edge in Buffalo.
I know he is, but they need linebacker. They need linebacker help desperately. So I think that's where you're looking: cornerback, wide receiver, linebacker.
I think it's funny that we've done video. So we did our first mock draft for the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
And I saw several Bills fans that said we don't need a linebacker. I don't know what team you were watching, but we were not watching the same team. I love Dorian Williams, and I think he will be a really good player in this league.
Yes.
Your linebacker play last year was absolutely abysmal for the vast majority of the year. The bad thing is that it's not really a position that's flush. I don't love this draft.
No, it's
I would
terrible.
love Demetrius Knight from South Carolina in Buffalo. I think he would really tie that team together. I don't necessarily think that – I don't think he's going to be there in the second round. I don't think he's – necessarily worth your first round pick, so it kind of falls into one of those nebulous. You would have to reach for him or pray that he falls.
Yep.
I would be targeting Chris Paul Jr. from Ole Miss if I was Buffalo because I think he's another one that would tie that linebacking core together. I agree with you, receiver. I need an outside receiver, and that's where I go in free agency. You don't have any money, so I can't really target big game hunting. So I'm going to try to find a devalued asset. I am a lifelong New York Jets fan. Feel free to call me a jackass in the comments. It's fine.
You're used to it by now.
I'm not fragile.
No, you don't.
I'm a fat ass that looks like Luke Combs. Trust me, your words will not hurt me. I look at Mike Williams, a guy that didn't work out with the Jets, didn't really work out with Pittsburgh, but I like him as the over-the-top deep threat, 1-year prove-it deal, prove he can stay healthy. He had no connection with Aaron Rodgers whatsoever, but I can take him in Buffalo. Hook him up with Aaron Rodgers. I use you over the top, 35 to 40 snaps a game, replacement to Amari Cooper because that just didn't work. He's not coming back to Buffalo. Somebody's going to give him too much money. It's not going to make any sense. I don't like the chances of him coming back to Buffalo. Do you?
No, I don't think he's coming back to Buffalo. I think Mike Williams makes the most amount of sense. Josh Allen will absolutely use him the way that he should. And he works well on the other side of Keon Coleman. You've got Shakir.
I think he does what people believe Keon Coleman does. Keon Coleman's not a great deep threat. He's a great contested catch player that's still developing. I'm a lifelong Florida State fan, so I'm very high on Keon, and I think he's going to be really good in year 2. But you need a legit over-the-top deep threat, which is what I think you get in Mike Williams.
You do. I also wouldn't hate them taking a stab at someone like Stephon Gilmore. Way late. We're not in prime Gilmore years. We are beyond. No. He is 34 years old, and he is absolutely not the primo guy that we saw as a Patriot shutting down everyone. But I think that you can get him
cheap
for a song, to be honest.
$5 million, 1 year, $5 million deal,
and a chance to run for a championship. And that's what you're selling in Buffalo right now. You're saying, look, you're not going to get the money here, but you're getting a chance to compete for a ring. This is what you want. This is what we want. You get someone who's a veteran presence on the outside. He can certainly help out. And if you do that, you can then target someone a little later in the draft and maybe address that need.
I think it's a solid idea with Gilmore. I think he's a really good veteran presence in the room, and I'll take it one step further. One of my favorite potential moves for the Buffalo Bills, you bring Stephon Gilmore in to be the vet in the room.
Yep.
He doesn't play all of the snaps. You put him on the outside, and you use him to teach up Trey Amos. cornerback out of Ole Miss. They remind me of each other.
Yeah.
Toolsy, but needs some refinement and technique. Stephon Gilmore would be a great mentor in the room. I really like the idea of Buffalo bringing in both of them.
Yeah, this corner class needs a little bit of work. There are a lot of raw prospects.
There are a lot of guys that you can find beauty in the eye of the beholder. Amos is one of the ones that I think is best in man coverage. There's a lot of guys that can play zone. Amos is getting better in zone. Really liked the tape from him in man and really liked him at the Senior Bowl.
Give him a veteran, teach him the ropes, show him how to be a pro, and there is a lot to be said about Stephon Gilmore, the pro.
For sure. If you like this video, click the thumbs up. It helps us more than we could ever say. And subscribe to the channel so you can see all of our content live here from the 2025 NFL Scouting Combine. And if you're a Bills fan, that's why you probably clicked on this video, you can see their latest mock draft right here. It's right there. And at some point, I'm going to figure out that my finger cannot be covered by my hand. I'm Jeremy Green of ESPN Radio Asheville, the Sportsocracy, and NFLDraft.net. He is David Smith, armchair commentary and Great North Sports. And this has been Team Needs for the Buffalo Bills.
And I'm unapologetic. Cancel, yeah, you can try. You can't cancel what's been tonight. I ain't been and shit, no silver spoon inheritance. Tired of trying to be